Welcome back to my journey to 4,000 hours of watch time on YouTube. We're here at Lake Padden again. See how the Sony does. This is the second hike in my series on YouTube. I did a little hike on Squires Lake. We're gonna try to go walk around Padden this time. We still have some daylight. So we're gonna hike around it first and then we're gonna run around it. But I'm gonna turn the camera and let you guys see the nature instead of looking at me. But I wanna thank you guys for watching. Hopefully once I get to that 4,000 hours of watch time, I got some big plans. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do some fun things once we can monetize the channel. So I'm looking to get 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, here comes the lake. So this is kind of my favorite place to be. I like to run around Padden probably 3 to 4 times a week. It's a lot nicer in the summertime, but it's still pretty nice right now. We're approaching the tennis court side of the lake. They have a little launch over there where you can launch your horses, and sometimes you'll see people riding their horses in the spring and summertime through the trails. So up here on the right is where the tennis courts are. Got 2 little courts that people can play at. A lot of people like to park here and do some fishing off of this little area. It's a good little picnic spot as well. So there's the tennis courts up there. The little picnic spot where people sit and fishing season, they're all lined up here. They did recently post some warnings here. Some invasive species that are here. So I think they want you to not track them to and from, some sort of warning like that. It's another little picnic area. This is a pretty busy area, so we'll probably see a few folks walking by. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of algae in that one. Look how green that is. Looks like antifreeze or something. Look how cloudy that is. Does it make you want to go swimming? Disgusting. Yep, I wouldn't jump in there for sure. I have done a cold bath in Lake Padden recently, but I didn't go in that area. So I'm gonna take a little detour here off the main trail to a little side trail. This is a trail where I was attacked by an owl one time when I was running. So if you head up this way where the usually put the horses on over there. And I think this is about the area where the owl swooped down on me. Right in here. I think what it was is there was a nest up there. I got between the nest and the baby. And he got me right here and knocked me down. Kind of spooked me. But I got up and kept running. And I did notice the next week or so they did post a sign warning to be on the lookout for owls, so probably wasn't the only one he got to. Yeah, there was like a nest up there in one of those big trees. This was several years ago, so I'm sure they've moved on to a different spot for nesting. This is a nice little side trail where you can get away from the main trail and the people and do your own thing and then cruise back down to the main trail here. Some animal. Ooh, three-legged dog. Hi. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was a three-legged dog. She didn't seem too friendly, or I would have tried to photograph him. He was pretty unique. Obviously. Don't see many three-legged dogs. This is always a kind of a nice area for photos. All these trees just all lined up. So now we're headed back down to the main trail again. A lot of people like to sit here and get a nice view. There's the little dock over here. Here come the runners. There's the folks. Let me give you a look at the runoff over here. Flowing pretty good right now. Try to get nice and close and not fall in. Look at that. Let this run and you fall asleep. A little ambient noise. Coming right through there. I'm gonna head up here, up this main hill. This is the big hill. And then take a little trail where the horses usually go. I'm gonna get off the beaten path away from the people, give them their privacy. As you can see, this is where the horses are supposed to go. So I'm gonna play horse and head up here too. Takes you up, up, up to this kind of cool little ridge. It's about 400 yards up. I usually start my run and head up there and do a little stretching up at the top. This is a cool tree. Get 3 in 1 right there. 4 in 1 it looks like. They all branched off. Sometimes when it's blowing, these trees come down. Been out here on runs and heard a few start cracking. It's always a little scary. Definitely don't want to get hit by one of those widowmakers. Usually it's these smaller trees that come down, like that one. These big ones like that are pretty well rooted. Alright, this is where the incline kicks in. So I might start huffing and puffing. I usually don't run this part because it's quite steep. Especially at the beginning of my run, I don't want to pull anything. They say that incline is good for the heart, so don't be afraid of them. They were doing some fire testing up here the other day. Firefighters were hiking up this this side with some water jugs and whatnot. All their equipment. This is my little stretching spot right here. So they've opened the gate here so they can get through. I think the residents back there use it. But this is where I usually kick off my runs. Stretch there and then take off down this trail. We're just gonna walk it today, so I don't want to bounce you guys around too much. Yeah, they were doing some fire testing over here not too long ago. I don't know if it was an actual fire or if they were setting it and doing some practice techniques, but it was all smoky up here and they're sending several crews up here. I asked them as I was walking up if I needed to be worried about, but they said no, so I must have had it under control. It's kind of muddy up here right now. But hopefully we can get to the other side of the lake. Get a look at some wildlife, maybe at least some ducks and geese. There is a blue heron. He kind of hangs out on one of the docks, but he's I haven't seen him for a while. I took some pictures of him last spring when he was in that little water area I just showed you. He kind of hung out there and got some good shots of him just sitting in the water. I haven't seen him since it's gotten winter. I don't know how that all works, but maybe he's in hiding, staying warm. So if we round this corner, there's the decline back to the main trail starts. The footing's a little treacherous, but it's just a short area. You'll see. Right around this corner. Can really go with the downhill. There's all kinds of little horse trails up in this area of Padden that a lot of people never check out. I've never really taken them all. I've just recently started walking up here and exploring a little bit more. I know part of the traverse race, the course goes through here, but I mean, you can go this way, and I've never tried it, but I'm sure it goes somewhere. I guess they got a map here. I should probably look at that one of these days. You are here. This is a nice little addition to my regular hike. Looks like somebody's been up here sawing those off. I wonder who comes up here and saws it all up. I'm sure somebody has to maintain these trails. All I really notice is they lay gravel once a year in certain areas. It's over toward the side with the ducks is where they put some gravel down this year. We're by the kids' play area and the dog park. So this is all downhill till we get back on the main trail down there. And I do know this hike is 2.6 miles all the way around. Obviously adding these little side trails is probably going to make it more like 3 miles, which is what I try to do. Try to turn it into a 2 to 3 mile run. Because 2.6 is just not enough. I'm hoping to get this hike done so I can run around it before it gets dark, but I notice it's already getting dark. No matter how fast I walk, there's never enough daylight. It's just kind of a fun little corner to take because it's a sharp corner. And you're running real fast, you know. Just take this like so. So now we're back on the main trail. There's a nice little lookout area up here where we can get a look at I call it the dark side of the lake. Because running through here at night, it's really dark on this side. The other side's lit up a little bit better. But yeah, you get on this side and it gets dark real quick. Up here at the top of this little trail, there's a little bench where you can look out. I'll show you guys. Give you a look at the view. This little incline always gets you when you're running. Doesn't look like much, but it zaps you. Hit you with that downhill, and then they throw on this little tiny uphill. Just enough to burn the calves. So this view coming up here is pretty nice. I never really take time to sit up here, but I always see people sitting on this bench, contemplating life and whatnot. It's kind of fun to go walk down to the water's edge on this side. A little dangerous, but so you can see here's the lake. Here's the little bench people sit at. Let's see if we can walk a little closer, get you better look. So over there, that's where we were coming from. That's the bathrooms on the other side that we just started at. And you can walk down here. I don't want to go too far because it gets kind of steep and there's a lot of wet leaves. But you get the idea. So we've probably gone about a mile into the hike. We gotta get back on the main trail and finish it up. Hi. Like I said, that lady was just taking time to sit at the bench. She wasn't quite into contemplation of life yet, but she was definitely getting a breather. This is the little area where it gets really dark at night because you get away from that lake. If it's at dusk, a little bit later than right now, it's spooky through here. You tend to run a little bit faster around this little curve. They did build a little bench out of a tree, I think, over here. This was recent, the last couple years. I think it's on the right up here. There's some big old growth through here. Look at these. There's some big ones. I don't know what you guys think of the quality, but it looks pretty sharp in my camera screen. This is the new Sony camera I picked up. Here's these little benches I was telling you about. I took these logs and turned them into little benches. Kind of a cool idea. Repurpose these old logs. I'm not sure if that's the log they cut down, but it might be. Cut that sucker down. This is kind of a cool area. Big log fell across there. I'm waiting for the swamp thing to come out in these waters over here. Everything's all mossy and dark. He's probably hiding in there, little swamp thing. Comes out late at night. Gets tired runners. That's why you gotta run faster this side. You gotta keep the speed up through here. There's a little downhill up here. There's a little payoff to the sprinting through this side of the lake. You get the downhill up here. So it looks like they laid some gravel right here. I'm not sure what for, but they put something down, some ground cover. Maybe they just had a little extra. Or maybe it was a problem area with water. So there's a little incline up here and then a nice downhill. Of course, that downhill, if you run the lake the other way, it's quite a difficult climb about midway through the run. But right now we're going to go down it, so it's nothing to worry about. It's a nice big log, big tree that fell. Look at that sucker. Gigantic. Well, if you guys are still watching, I want to thank everybody for watching. Helping me get to that 4,000 hours of watch time. Here comes this downhill. See, he's working that uphill on the bike. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take me to get to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, but I figure if I keep posting, I'll get there. And then once I get there and the channel's monetized, I've got some fun ideas about some different things that I want to do on YouTube. So, first step is getting there, and that's putting up enough videos to get to those mountaintop accomplishments. I think right now I'm just over 20 hours of watch time. So when you think about, 4,000 hours, it's like, it's gonna take a year. But I guess that's how it all works on YouTube. There's no shortcuts. If there is, someone please tell me. I was watching a channel the other day where they were talking about the possibility of buying channels that were already monetized, so that you could just jump in and start creating content and getting paid off of AdSense and whatnot. But I haven't researched it enough to know where to go do that, or if it's worth it. You kind of probably want to get a more natural, organic fan base who know what you're up to. If you're buying someone else's followers, it's a little shady, but I don't know. It's something to think about. If it takes a year to get 4,000 hours of watch time, it could save you a whole year and have you start making AdSense right away. I asked a few people about it, but nobody seems to have any info on all that. I forget who told me. It was, I think, a Dutch YouTuber I was watching. He was talking about how he creates these channels in different niches and, can build a channel and turn it into a money maker and then sell it off to somebody else and all kinds of stuff like that. It's pretty interesting, but he's one of those kind of slick talking guys that you don't quite know if you want to believe. Is he telling the whole truth, or is he just speaking to get views on YouTube? So we got about another half mile here, and we get to the dog park area, and there's a little bathroom over there, and the softball field. Sometimes people are out there throwing frisbee, playing softball in the springtime. There's a group of cyclists that do some sort of training over on that side. They usually do it at night, and they turn lights on and cruise around the grass area. But I haven't seen them lately. But it's kind of cool to see them out there. They have these little obstacles they put up where they have to jump on and off their bikes. Carry your bike over the little hurdle or whatnot. There's a good number of them that joined that group. Probably, 20 cyclists are all zipping around in the grass there. It's a pretty cool little group. This is a nice little mossy area. I'm gonna give you guys a look at the lake over on this side. Been ignoring the lake. Here's a little opening you can see pretty good. Let's stop, try not to fall in. It's starting to get dark out here, so we gotta get around. Hi. Got a lot of four-legged friends out here. Look, I had a little neon necklace on. Guess that's smart in the dark to put some neon around your dog, just in case he gets away from you. So I'm not sure how long this hike is going to take me, you know. We're going 3 miles and we're walking pretty brisk. I was looking at my little hike around Squires Lake, and it was a quick one. You know, that one's probably 2 miles. Quick incline, and then probably a mile around Squires Lake. But Padden's a little bit bigger. You can get a good look at it right here. It's a little bit nicer. The path is obviously not as rooted as Squires Lake. Squires Lake's not really great for running, as you probably saw if you watched my last video on it. You could easily turn an ankle here. I can run this at night and don't really have to worry about any ankle turning. It's nice and flat. They keep it looking sharp. So obviously thank you to the Whatcom County maintenance crews for keeping these parks looking nice. We appreciate your hard work. So I don't know if those ducks are out, but there's usually some ducks over there. I think I see some. It's gonna be bright enough that we'll be able to get them on camera, so I'm gonna try to get nice and close to them, give you guys something to look at. First we gotta get around this corner. This is a nice little incline-decline section of the lake that you round down toward the dog park. There's a little root up here in the trail where I usually try to throw in a little surge when I'm running. I look for that little root. I'm gonna kick it in, kick in the turbo boost. Take off a little bit faster. I'll try and show you. It's right as you come up this hill. There's a little root that sticks out. You gotta watch for it. Might be a rock. Now that I'm talking, I think it is a rock. But I usually like to keep my pace going until I see that little rock. Then you get on your toes and you conquer this hill. Of course, now that I say that, they probably took the rock out, but let's see if we can see it. There it is, it's right here. That's a little rock you gotta watch out for. So you see that little rock, then you take off and sprint up this hill. Conquer this hill, and then it's all downhill. I mean, it doesn't look like much of a hill, but when you're about 2 miles into a run, it does suckle it out of you. Look at this big log. Here's one that they chopped up and got out of the trailway. I think one of the big storms that came down a couple years back. Alright, here we go. We've conquered the hill and now we're on the descent. You see the dog parks down there, you probably hear them talking childishly to their dogs. Little fur babies. There are a couple more little dogs wearing collars. Maybe I'll try to get a little video of these guys if I feel brave, depending on how the owner looks at me. Yeah, look at all that mud. these guys. Let's see. There's the little three-legged guy. So I don't know if you saw that, but there was two rather large dogs, and then the little three-legged guy that we met earlier. They found their way around the lake. So I'm not the only one conquering the lake tonight. Looks like quite a few people are taking the trip around. So there's the dog park. People park here and let their dogs out and let them off leash and get some exercise. But maybe we'll go to the dog park some other day and get some action shots of the animals. I'm gonna try to find some ducks. I saw some over here. They seem so close yet so far away when you're walking. I mean, I'm walking at a pretty brisk pace, but it's taken quite a while to walk around this lake. You know, when you run around it, I can usually do it in 20 minutes, you know. I'm clipping at a good rate. Walking, you know, if you're walking 3-4 miles, it takes a while, so hopefully you guys are getting a lot to look at. Not getting too bored with the discussion. But I'll look for a few more interesting things to show you as we finish up. We've got about probably a mile left of the hike. And then we'll be finished and I can do my run. And get around this sucker a second time before it gets too dark. But here's a look at the lake, yeah. Sometimes you can get some nice sunset photos on this side. These trees, I got some nice silhouette shots with these trees last spring. We're gonna get in on these ducks and see if we can find a nice one. See if they run away from me or if they want to be the star of the show. They usually just sit there asleep. And they will get up if you get too close, but you can usually sneak up on them and get a decent shot. Let's see what we can do today. Oh, he's warning them. He's warning them. Here he comes. Yeah, they've noticed me. They've noticed me. Can you hear them? So we're slowing down a little, but they're taking off. Oh yeah, there they go. There they are. There you go, take a dip. Take a dip, fellas. Ladies and gents. Take a nice evening swim. There you go. Well, looks like none of them want to be the star. But there's a couple up here. A couple stragglers. Oh, look at them go. Oh, he's too fast for me. All that's left are these two little guys up here. Oh, can I get them? Oh, they're chasing the other way. They want nothing to do with me. Oh, there they go. Oh, they found their way back to the water. But we got a whole nother batch of them over here. Let's see what these guys do. I don't know why they're so afraid. I just want to put them on YouTube. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him take off. Look at him go. That's pretty cool. Well, thanks for the show, ducks. You guys got a little action there. I'm gonna keep going. Finish the remaining mile or so of this hike. Sometimes there's some big geese out here on this side as well, but they're not as quick to get out of your way. Sometimes you're running and they don't want to move at all. You just gotta run around them.
Saves you money, or like if you
Dark out here.
the pilot through the life cycle of where you got.
Get some car advice. Save money on a vehicle. Yeah, I might have joined that run and got some good advice. It's really starting to get dark out. I'm gonna get back to my vehicle, put the camera away, and get running. Because I don't want to get eaten by that little swamp monster on the other side. Hopefully it's not too bumpy here for you guys and not getting anybody sick with this bouncing around. But gotta try to get a little hustle in these feet. Hopefully you enjoy some of this footage and you come back and watch another hike. I'm gonna do some more Whatcom County hikes and probably do Whatcom Falls at one point. Maybe get down to some of the parks on the water. Try to show you a little bit of Boundary Bay area. New Bellingham Bay. Maybe I'll show you my old shop. I used to own a suite down there. We sold it. Sold it almost a year ago today. There's a new business in there, some sort of something. I haven't really followed it too much, but life goes on. There's quite a bit of growth in that downtown State Street was where my suite was. There's somebody in the tree over there. I didn't even see him. He was stealth camping or something. There's a cute little bridge here. Sometimes it narrows when you're running and you gotta throw some elbows to get across this thing. See who's gonna get across it first. Sometimes you're running on this side of the lake, there's these little birds that swoop down on you. They run in front of your legs. Little smaller birds. Little dive bomb birds. I was told that they fly away from the nest. So if there's a nest of children, they fly away from it. And so they dive bomb away from their nest so that nobody explores the nest. But I don't know if that's true. Somebody told me that. I guess it makes sense. Keep folks away from the young. These little branches up here are kind of cool. I don't know if that one broke off and is just sitting up there or what. It's hard to see it. You can only see the silhouette. So we're approaching the boat launch area of the lake. And the spring and summer, there'll be people getting their little boats out and going fishing, getting their paddle boards, kayaks and canoes. There's kind of two areas that they do it, but this is one of the main areas that you can take a vehicle down here and unload and then park a little bit up the hill a ways. There's a little dock, and this is where the blue heron sometimes hangs out on this dock. So we'll see if we can spot him. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen him for quite a while. Who knows, maybe he's moved on. And it's nice and bright off that lake there. The light's pretty good still. In camera anyways. I don't know how it looks to you guys, but we'll see when we get home and take a look at it. Got some good light off the lake. Make a pass of these ladies here. So this is the boat launch area I was telling you about. You can drive right up here and unload your boats. So we probably got about another 400 yards left to walk back to the vehicle. There's still a few folks out here, even though it is almost dark. Guess you gotta get your exercise in one way or another. So I think there's still enough light for me to get around this lake before it's too dark. So if you haven't done it yet, please hit that subscribe button. I also have to get to 1,000 subscribers in addition to 4,000 hours of watch time. And then I can monetize this channel and chase that AdSense money. So that's the main goal. That's why I'm posting all these videos. So hopefully you can get some entertainment out of watching these little hikes. Get to know the area a little bit better. If you're out of town, let me know. I've yet to get any comments on anything, so I've just begun posting, but feel free to comment if you want. If you see something interesting you have a question about, you can also ask me. Or if you have anything interesting to say about something I said, I'm here to listen. So the one bad thing about this camera is the battery runs out pretty quick. You get about an hour of recording time. Notice it's down to its last bar. But we're almost done, so we'll go home and charge up. We got about 200 yards left. This is where you throw in another surge. If you're running, put that last bit of effort into your run. Good thing about doing these hikes is I'm nice and warmed up for the run. Don't have to do much stretching or warming up. Put the camera away and go. So we got a little incline on this last 100 yards back up to the bathroom area where we started. There's a little area where you can rent canoes and kayaks in the springtime. We just have them sitting up there locked up right now. But sometimes you can get lessons or whatnot, I think, on how to operate those things. I've never really done it myself, but I see a lot of people coming out here taking advantage of that service, getting out on the water. I prefer running to water sports, but it's not something I might not try someday. So here's the last part. There's a little stairwell there you could go up, but I like to go back around the main trail. Stay on the main course and finish up completely. So like I said, it's about 2.6, well it is 2.6 all the way around, but we took some of those horse trails and those other side trails. So this is probably easily a 3-mile hike. Nice and flat, as you can see the trail all the way around. It's a good little spot. Sometimes you can get some good photos of squirrels at the bathroom area. I do see the employees up here. They come up here to change out the trash cans at night. They drive their trucks up here and empty it out. So there's a guy up here doing that right now. Technically you're supposed to be out of here at dusk, but we're gonna push it a little and get around this lake, get this running. So hopefully you enjoyed this little hike. If there's something in Whatcom County you want me to do next, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. Oh, here's that dog with the little collar. Hi. So here's the maintenance crew. Keeping things looking nice. I always thought that would be a nice job to do. Maintenance. I mean, you gotta change some trash, but at least you get to be out in nature. So, this is the end of it. We've returned back to the truck. So I'm gonna shut you guys off and call it a day. Thank you again for watching. Please take a time to like, comment, or subscribe if you'd like. And thanks again for helping me get to that 4,000 hours of watch time. I'm on my way. Hopefully I'll get there soon. Bye.